Alright, let's go finish the Nightmare Dungeon tier list. So this is gonna take a little while, because I have to sort my sigils right now. I have way too many of them, and I completely ran out of stash space here. So, yeah, so we have to see which one we still need and which one we don't still need. Because I think I can scrap, like, most of these here, which I don't need. So let's just start with scrapping them. We don't need endless gates. Actually, you know what? To make this fast, I'm just gonna scrap everything I already ran. I think it's easier. Will take too long other way. Wish there was stash space in this goddamn game. But yeah. Guess there's not. But actually, that's the wrong direction. I have to. Everything back, and then I have to save everything I need. So, what do we need? We need Hive Nightmare. Keep. We need Feeding Grounds. What? I don't have any of those? How do I know they exist if I don't have any of those? That's weird. Oh, because I already did them? Interesting. Right. Need it? This is gonna take a little while. So, we need this one here. I have enough of these, that's good. We can run this. This one we only got 2, I believe. The search just screw up, yeah. Oh. Alright. Abandoned mine works. So we can run this one here. How good is Chain Lightning? As good as any other Sorc build. Chain Lightning is fast. I guess that's the answer you're looking for. Because no build this season is any strong. This is like organizing your freaking desk after like a year of not organizing it. I could have sworn I ran this. Yeah, I did not. Okay. Pass of the Blind. I could swear I ran this. I could swear I ran this. Oh, I guess not. Okay, Pass of the Blind. How the search bugs out if you press like spacebar and then you copy and paste. This is like the worst. Oh. Programmed UI. Right, Pass of the Blind. Whatever, cliffs. No, this can go so much farther than 80 in pit. So, Chain Lightning, well, this is speed farming build, but Chain Lightning actually can do like hit tier 107 or something like that. And with this speed farming build, you can definitely do like 95 if you want. So that's not going to be an issue. So 80 is a very, very big understatement. Okay, we can run this one. This one, wonderful. Okay, so now I have all the ones I want to run. Now I kind of have to make room. Store them somewhere. I mean, I could just mule them away, but honestly, I'm not gonna touch that ground. Sorting, that was what I was searching for. Alright, so let's just put these here. So horrible, this whole chest situation in this game. I can't wait for PoE 2, man. Infinite stash space, just right-click the shit away when you want to right-click it away. Oh my god. I'm so hyped. Alright, so let's put this stuff away to make a little bit more room. Start picking these. Okay, so these are all the ones I want to run. Now we try to put some more away. Beautiful. So let's go on here. We have whatever spiral. Oh, I have one. Wonderful. Wonderful. If I only have one sigil, I always check if I already ran them. Alright, 3, that's good. Run this one here. There might be more, but so I never found out so far if you have to do the strongholds to do the nightmare dungeons. I did some and I couldn't find new ones. Light swatch. I did this. Did I? No. 2, 3. We can run this one here. We can run this one here. I even have 5 of those. Okay, cool. So let's put these in order. I swear I still don't have Uldur's Cave at all. How can I not have a single Uldur's Cave in here? Have it. There's 3. Uldur's Cave. Right, so we will need all these. But we have these to start with. Alright, so I just have to get warmed up because I played Incinerate and that is the slowest build on the planet. So I just have to do like a random dungeon here to just figure out the speed of this build. And I have to fix my mercenaries. No, actually it's a good mercenary, but we want to have different skills. So we want to have... Who do we even want to have? Does it even matter at all? Probably not. Probably not. But we want to have a different mercenary as a second. So I really don't hope they blow up PoE 2 servers. I bet you there's going to be more than like 1.5 million players or something like that. It's going to be absolutely out of control. We want this one here, right? Alright, so let's just do a random nightmare dungeon. So I can see if I'm still capable of playing this build. Where's the damage? Ah, I have no aspects. Wrong aspects. But yeah, let's just go through here for now real quick. Okay, I guess it works even without aspects. Fair enough. Let's get some aspects. So we basically just need to... This is correct, this is correct, this is correct, so we just need the lightning spear one. Splintering, so we need splintering here. Actually, we can just play splintering on amulet, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Right, so let's get started. So we start with this one. Right, so what do we have? Shocklands, Blood Blisters, Torments, Res, Monster Barriers. It's gone, and these we're gonna run. So we need the timer. Let's get the timer. And we need to check the current Obducite. 50.3k. So we go for 50,300. My formula. Alright, let's go. Do I miss anything? Just not grab my gear away. Okay, so I have gloves, I have aspects, I have stuff. I have all the other bullshit. I have aspects, looks pretty good. So then let's start the show. So I will be basically just doing like the 3 days PTR, obviously, like everybody's gonna do, right? Nobody's gonna play the full PTR since we obviously have PoE on the 6th, so we have PTR on the 3rd. We basically just gonna go for probably just the one ball lightning build. I'm probably not even gonna check the whole vampire story. I swear I did this dungeon. I could swear I did this. I have to check after this. I think I did this dungeon 100%. Or there's another dungeon which has the exact same intro section than this one. Oh, the red cloaked horror. I don't want to deal with this guy. I'm pretty sure it drops extra Obducite, which I don't want. Can the red cloaked horror go away? Come on. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, the dungeon is completed. So now I killed the red cloaked whatever horror, so I have to see if it gives Obducite. Yeah, so it's 250. So I have to remove 250. Alright, so I swear I did this dungeon. But for whatever reason, I didn't. So I'm gonna remove 250, right? So then we are gonna be accurate again. Alright. So what objective this have? 2 pedestral and kill 3. Was it linear? I don't remember. We will see later. Oh, boss. And this is it? Dry steps. Alright, let's go on. So we run every Nightmare Dungeon 3 times. We have an accurate result. What? Why? Bench. I really wonder why. So there must really be a dungeon which is exactly the same. At least for the starting area. Getting a little laggy here. Pretty sure they patched something in the game which makes it lag even more. Good old Blizzard. So yeah, we're gonna have PTR, just one build most likely. Most likely just gonna be Ball Lightning, and it's probably gonna be bad. So I assume Sorc next season is gonna be pretty much shit tier again. Since, well, we basically get like a 50 to 60%, maybe even 70% nerf because, you know, non-fire builds cannot use Devouring Blaze anymore. So, it's a very, very heavy nerf to all builds. And, you know, from so far what I was seeing about this whole new Ball Lightning bullshit, I think it's still gonna be limited to like 10 Ball Lightnings in the Gravitational. So it's probably gonna not do anything because, well, Ball Lightning did no damage. And, you know, I highly doubt they give them damage with this new whatever patch. Well, yeah, with just having access to 10 orbiting Ball Lightning, you basically cannot do damage because you cannot do Lucky Hit anymore. So basically Ball Lightning has been heavily nerfed, like, to the ground already. And it will be even more nerfed next season, most likely. Obviously, we don't know exactly how it plays out, but I don't really see anything major on the PTR. I'm absolutely not hyped for this whole Witch Doctor story power, whatever. I don't want to spawn like random frogs and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's funny, but that's not what I want. Like, I wanna have power in my class. I don't want to spawn like random Sharknadoes to get freaking damage out of my class. That's nothing I'm interested in, honestly. I mean, we will see if there's going to be anything interesting, but I really, at this point, I don't really have all that much faith in Season 7, honestly. I think Season 7 is just going to be the season of Path of Exile. Oh yeah, I still have damage numbers on. Remove these. So I guess that's what I call it. I guess I'm gonna make it like a video about it, like Season 7, the season of Path of Exile. So right after the PTR, we'll probably drop that shit. So I think, you know, I don't even know where D4 is gonna end up. I wonder if it completely goes out of the coverage of like a lot of content creators, because, you know, like certainly it's going to be completely out of coverage starting on the 6th, right? So there's literally going to be no D4 coverage at all until the next season starts. The PDR is going to last 3 days, so there's probably going to be 2 days of PDR coverage, and then it's going to be done. And then everybody's going to go for freaking PoE. Like, there's absolutely no doubt about it. There's gonna be no coverage whatsoever. So then when season 7 hits, I cannot really promise you at this point that I will return. I mean, I will maybe return for like a week, but then I'm most likely gonna jump back. That's probably the story. So let's see, we have 53k. Pretty good dungeon, actually. Where's my formulas? Wait, what's wrong? Ah, time. Right, there we go. So this is S tier, S plus tier, by the way. This is very high, 29. Very good dungeon. So, but yeah, I think like a lot of the coverage is gonna move towards Pass of Exile. Because, you know, at this point, content creators for D4 are already like completely running out of juice. Like, it's more like a struggle than, you know, anything left to discover. Like, it's just like a complete bug fest. And PoE 2 is just gonna bring so much fresh wind into the genre. Okay. Poison, poison, poison. Well, whatever, right? Let's go for poison. Okay, Hoarfrost Demise in Fractured Peaks. So, my assumption is it's not going to be the greatest, because it's too short. But we will see. So yeah, I mean, I already purchased the $480 supporter pack, obviously. Like, I can tell you, like, GGG, like, sold so many freaking of the $480 supporter packs. What is happening here? Why is my character stopping? They probably made more than Blizzard already, like the full year was just selling those $480 supporter packs. Like, literally everybody bought those. Which is not even stupid, because you get really cool stuff for that. Like, look at Diablo microtransactions, right? You get a random armor you cannot see because everything is cluttered with, like, effects anyway. So look at PoE-like packs, right? You get, like, portal effects. You get a freaking moving hideout town. You get a hideout with, like, boats where you can, you know, visit other islands and shit like that. You get, like, extra pets and everything. You get, like, so much more out of those microtransactions. Then in D4 you just really get a random skin. You cannot even see the random skin unless you are in the loading screen. So I don't really, I'm not really hyped about D4 cosmetics. Do I have to remove 100 once again? Because I killed the goblin. Wait, so let me just scrap my bullshit here. Oh, look at this upgrade. Whoa, look at this. Max roll adaptability. What? How can it be? Oh no, it's not a max roll, it's a fake max roll. I was just wondering because it's not Ancestor. I need gambling. Gambling. So yeah, obviously, I'm gonna play Witch in PoE 2. I want to do the Necromancer. Like, the auto-summon Necromancer comes by default in PoE. That's so, like, so freaking awesome. Let's go for, where's this? This guy. Amulets. Because it just goes fastest. So yeah, so it's gonna be really hyped. I honestly expect server issues and queues upwards of multiple hours when the game starts. So it might be possible that you cannot even play on the first day. That is totally expected. Everything else would be a major surprise, I would say, because there's gonna be like at least 10 times more players than they anticipated. And, you know, stuff's just gotta go wrong with that. There's no way it's gonna be completely smooth. But that's fine. So if it's really gonna be completely smooth, then I'm gonna be freaking surprised. And you know, that's gonna be a major success if they can get the launch going smooth. I don't expect it, but you know, if it works out, that's obviously awesome. But I mean, you know, Diablo cannot even start a season properly, right? So probably not going to be worse than D4. But there's no offline mode, so no way back. It just had 16 chain lightnings? Wow. That's freaking high. Not that they do any damage, but it's just for the style. I honestly, as I said, for me, you know, having server issues the first couple of days is not gonna derail it. At least not for me. You know, I can understand people will be pissed. But honestly, like, the way they communicate, like, they have such a nice open way of communicating. I think people will not even be mad, because the PoE community in general is, like, way more forgiving and way more dedicated to, you know, being supported by their publisher than, you know, the D4 community. Because the D4 community basically gets absolutely nothing of the publisher and, you know, just basically goes to shit no matter what. And so I don't think it's going to be extremely toxic if there's going to be issues. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of trolls, like spamming and stuff like that, right? And all the players who are, like, new to the genre or like Diablo converts or whatever you want to call that. There's probably going to be, you know, some shit. But I don't think it can be contained by just, you know, some issues on launch. And the game is not going to have this severe amount of bugs that D4 already has. So it's gonna... Obviously, there's gonna be bugs. Obviously, there's gonna be game crashes and shit like that. Absolutely no problem about that. But, you know, from what all the players who already played the game have been saying, the game is incredibly stable and it feels like a finished game already. And that build was even a little older than the one which we're gonna get. So, I don't really think it's gonna be horrible. So I don't think we can expect even remotely the the amount of issues we have in D4 when they just, you know, do a random patch. Shit, I reset it. It was like roughly, what was it, 540 or something like that? Yeah, 540. So I honestly don't expect that. And exactly, and the way GGG will handle it, they would say, you know what, guys, we're sorry. We have server issues. We need a couple of days to fix it. They're gonna take the freaking game down for like 1 or 2 days if they need to fix it. And then they're gonna say, you know what? Sorry for that. It's called early access. That one is on us, whatever. But, you know, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. But I expect at least, I hope they have a good login queuing mechanism, because a good login queuing mechanism basically prevents a game from going to shit. And I'm pretty sure you will be able to pre-download the game on Steam, and we don't have like the Diablo like, I cannot install the patch because, you know, it doesn't freaking download. So that's not gonna happen, right? So we just pre-download the game, and then there's gonna be login queues. And if there's gonna be a 4-hour login queue, you know what? I get up next day in the morning and I play then. You know, that's fine freaking for me. But I expect there are going to be queues. What was that? Khazra Abomination. So, as expected, not that great. Because it's just too short of a dungeon. And it adds up so much porting and porting out time and everything that makes these shorter Nightmare dungeons usually not so good. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Wait, and I have to actually remove another 100 here. From the goblin I killed. I have to do it here. No, wait, I have to add 100. I'm actually stupid. Because I did this wrong before. And I removed 250, but I had to add 250. So that is 550. Okay. No, it's not gonna kill Diablo 4. It's gonna pull a player base towards which is not gonna be there for D4 anymore, or it's gonna be like very little. Like the hardcore gamer community, like everybody who expects like depths of a game, it's gonna pull these people over. But you know, the more casual audience for D4 is just gonna stay. I would say there's like a very, very clear difference here in the audiences. Maybe it can convert some of like the mid-tier players, like the ones between casual and you know, blasters. It can probably get some of these, but I mean, the game is just gonna be million times better than D4. You don't even have to talk about it at this point. It looks better, it has better mechanics, it has better boss fights, it has better power creep, it has better itemization. It just has more complexity, right? But I guess nobody can say at this point, after the reveal they did, that D4 is going to be a better game in like any kind of means other than being accessible to new players more. That's really the only thing Diablo has. Diablo's story is horrible. Diablo itemization is just bullshit. Diablo has no end game. It's accessible to new players. It's probably better for like couch potatoes. That's the story with Diablo, right? But if you really expect something out of a game to, you know, be rewarded for the time you invest, D4 is not a good game. Right, so I wanted to play this one with Fractured Peaks. No. Well, yeah, the right-clicking while makes me mad. So I guess, you know, if they bring good seasons into Diablo, you know, players will play the seasons of Diablo. But if they continue to do like these lackluster seasons, You know, I think players won't even, I mean, the blasters won't even return to D4 for like the season. Because if there's nothing in the season, you know what, what's it gonna be, right? And so with PoE, it's not gonna last forever, right? So there's probably gonna be like a couple of months, like maybe 4 months, 3 or 4 months maybe of stuff to discover. And then it's all gonna be most likely be figured out. But there are so many classes, and in PoE you're much more incentivized than playing other classes. Because in Diablo, if you played one class, you played them all basically. Because, you know, yeah, you're gonna have a different class, it's gonna have different abilities and shit, but the core itemization and the core systems stay the same, right? Every class does the same in D4. You're just gonna build up multipliers and do more damage. And same items for every class. The only thing which is basically changing is your main stat or whatever. But there's really no incentivation to, you know, yeah, I want to try this class because this has like this unique play style, or I want to try this class because, you know, I have this cool idea, like with this class this could work pretty cool. And that just doesn't exist in D4, right? You just have like your random meta builds, and they're gonna stay. And they so far did not deliver any seasons changing the meta builds at all. They basically just, you know, changed the build balance a little bit by, you know, changing some numbers. But besides that, they really don't do anything to shift the meta, other than, you know, exchanging the top tier build with another one. But nothing really all that major. And PoE is doing exactly the opposite, right? PoE is basically, we want you to discover all the crazy stuff which there is. And there's going to be all the crazy stuff to discover. And with the open class system and, you know, the ascensions, like, you know, essentially you have like, I don't know, 30 classes or something like that in the game. And they're all going to be majorly different. So I think there's much more of an incentive if you just want to try out a different class. Also, like, because of the end game, right? So the Diablo end game is, again, it's just pushing pits, right? So you're just gonna push pits, and that's gonna be it. And if you do it with like any class, it doesn't freaking matter. Yeah, the other class might do 5 more pit tiers or 10 more pit tiers, but in the end, you know what? It's gonna be the exact same experience playing any class in Diablo 4 endgame. In PoE, you basically can tailor your class for the endgame you want to run, right? If you want to run whatever, like bosses, you might, you know, choose a mercenary which does crazy boss damage. You know, if you like certain kind of mapping, you want to play one class which is much better in that part of mapping, or you want to, you know, do another class which is better in something else. In D4, since there is no endgame, all the classes are pretty much going to be the same. And yeah, obviously classes are going to be of different power level in the pit, but that's going to be it, right? You're not gonna start a new class because you want to be, oh, I want to build this class because I can do this so much better. You will be, oh yeah, I'm just gonna build the best class because I can push pit highest, and then you have no incentive to even try another one. And that is the great thing. If you have a new game, right, then and you know, everything is open, right? The meta builds are not even discovered yet. You can play whatever you want. And you can just play for fun because, for example, with PoE mapping, you can just, you know, you don't need to push the highest tier. It doesn't freaking matter, right? It just matters that you can, you know, kill the tier you will to farm on in a fast amount of time. And I don't even think it's so inaccessible for new players because they're always talking about the very, very hardcore endgame with, like, you know, all the meta crafting and the crazy stuff. But you don't even need to do that, right? If you're fine with, you know, running your maps and, you know, just being fine with what you get, you know, tinkering around with your gear a little bit. PoE can be a great game. PoE 1, I would say no, there's absolutely no, the entry barrier is way too high. But, you know, if you play PoE 1 and you just follow a freaking build guide, it's no problem. The problem is you need to use like 15 external tools to like craft and make your build and everything, which is a little bit annoying. But besides that, the game is not that complicated if you just engage with what you want. The problem is you're gonna have like all these 1,000 different mechanics appearing on your map. Like you have, you know, I don't even know how many different mechanics there are. But if you just don't engage with them, you know what? You can just stupidly run your maps like however the fuck you want. And you don't have to do like all the mechanics if you don't want to. And I guess that's always like kind of, you know, the misunderstanding there, that you don't have to engage with everything just because it's there. You have the option to get deeper into the game if you want, but if you don't want, you know, you can just stay on the level where you are and just, you know, enjoy having a good gameplay experience. And the gameplay experience in PoE is most likely going to be better than the one in D4. I mean, at least from the boss fights and everything, right? So in D4 you don't really have boss fights other than, you know, one-shotting like random bosses. And in PoE all of a sudden you're gonna have challenging boss fights, which is a lot of fun for a lot of people, including myself. And you know, then the whole end game with like these towers and everything, it just looked so freaking awesome. Okay. This is like such a freaking horrible map. Where's even the last one? This might take the rank for the worst one. It's taking forever and it doesn't seem to be any rewarding. And it has 2 full objectives plus a boss. So I think D4 just needs to cook more into D3, even more. So wait, what did we have? We had I don't even have search keys as like an option here. Search, whatever. Search, body, or whatever, and then we had kill 3, and then has some doors. It's not linear. It had a spirit caller, frost. Right, that's gonna be it. Let's do the last one here. Yeah, exactly. Expanding build diversity, that would help so much, but they just refuse to freaking do it. They basically go backwards on build diversity with taking all the multiple projectile shit out again. I feel like, you know, the game has been out for almost 1.5 years, and we're pretty much still in vanilla state according to the skills, right? Even with the new skills from the expansion, most classes don't even get like a playable skill. I mean, it's just a support skill, except for Barb maybe. But yeah, so it feels like it's still in the state when the game launched. Like it hasn't really evolved all that much. Yeah, a couple of skills got modified like slightly. With, you know, Chain Lightning got modified slightly. So definitely they did something. But, you know, for 1.5 years, I would expect like so much more changes. Like with a team of, you know, thousands of developers. Hey man, how you doing? So, and they kind of keep like creating random aspects, which I don't even know if they try to make build diversity by creating aspects which say, you know, this skill is gonna change a little bit, and now it's gonna be a cone shape instead of a whatever shape, but you know, you're just gonna lose 50% damage basically by playing this aspect. Oh, and by the way, it's also not gonna scale with your weapon damage, it's just gonna give like a random amount of damage, which is just gonna be shit. And they have been doing this for like a long time now, right? And they keep doing it. Like they keep creating these aspects which are absolutely useless, and I don't know if people are playing these. I mean, my assumption is just there's like so many like very, very hardcore couch potatoes which play these aspects and just say, oh my god, my charge bolts is a wave now every 50s attack. That looks so freaking cool. But they don't care if it does damage or whatever. They just care like about, I don't know, putting a random aspect on and seeing a random effect. I don't even know. Same with like this, all like the the meteorites aspect or whatever, right? You activate Flame Shield and there's like meteorites coming out, but they don't do damage. Yeah, they look cool. Well, they don't even look cool, but they basically do nothing, and they keep adding and adding these aspects, and it's so weird. Yeah, so I got the 480 early access one as well, I have to say. I basically literally bought it the first day when after the announcement I was too tired and I bought it like basically the next morning. Just to show my support. Honestly, I didn't even do it for like the stuff in there, even though it's cool. I didn't like the stuff of the 240 pack. The green armor sets and stuff like that, I didn't really like them. The ones from the 480 set obviously looked amazing. But I honestly just did it to, you know, give them support and honestly give them money. That's it. You know, give money, hire people, do a better job. That's kind of my idea there. So yeah. And I mean, a lot of people bought that pack, I have to say. Like, PoE has such a core community. I bet you like 100k people or so bought this freaking pack. It would be super cool if they would release how many actually bought it. So this might be the worst of all. Do we have a new worst of all? No, not even remotely. Wait, I have to put this. Okay, so it's not as worse as the worst one, but it's pretty shit. So we have, well, no, I'm not partying. I'm busy with work. I'm kind of, you know, not doing too much D4 because I just don't wanna. I want to finish my tier list. I just finished my last build guide, and then I will do like the Ball Lightning build on the PDR, but then I'm just gonna jump into PoE. Reach. There it is. Fractured Peaks. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't know. Chain Lightning doesn't really change anything, right? Is there any changes to Chain Lightning? The patch notes are not out yet, right? Or are they out and I missed it? But honestly, my prediction with Ball Lightning is that it's just gonna be shit. I know there's like one unique which makes them, you know, fire in a cone or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be bullshit because you're just gonna lack AoE. And the other one, I don't know, like if you get the free orbiting without the orbiting aspect, you know, fair enough. But the problem is with the orbiting, if they don't change it, that you can just have 10. Then it's just gonna be bad, because Ball Lightning itself is most likely not gonna do the damage unless there's like somehow like a 500% damage increase on it. But I don't think it's gonna do the damage, and you're not gonna have Lucky Hit because the orbiting is limited to 10 Ball Lightnings, which is basically Blizzard's, you know, we kept all the fun style. And so yeah, I kind of expect the build to be ZDPS, honestly, but we will see. I mean, I definitely will see where it goes, but yeah, I think it's gonna be ZDPS. And I also don't know if like any of the seasonal mechanical stuff is gonna be on that PDR or not. Like, they don't really have said that the seasonal mechanics are on there or not. Will be interesting. This dungeon, right? Yeah, so really, I'm just really excited for PoE. I'm just burned out of D4, honestly. That's just the story. Oh wait, this is already over? This might be a cool dungeon, actually. do? I was gonna God damn it, it was 2 pedestal and it was, I think it was just kill 1, right? And we had Tomb Lord. Yeah, exactly. So in this season, it was great for the first 1.5 weeks, I would say, maybe even 2 weeks. I feel like they did a good job of, you know, changing the leveling phase to be a little bit longer and be a little bit more interesting. I mean, they definitely did a good job. They didn't do it far enough, like not even remotely. I would expect it should be way longer, even like triple that time. That would have been a good decision for me. But it was way more interesting than before. Just to need, like, I think I needed 4 days until I could clear, like, the highest content with my Sorc. Obviously, Spirit 1 couldn't do it on day 1, but, you know, I don't want to talk about it. But 4 days was so much more than 1 day, right? And, so that was definitely decent. But yeah, then it starts, like, falling off basically instantly, right? As soon as you reach your ancestral gear and you did like your pits, then it's over instantly. All you can do is like push pits and, you know, min-max your gear. And min-maxing your gear, that shit shouldn't start before like hundreds of hours into a game, I feel like. If you're already min-maxing after a couple of days, that's way too early. Like, if I cannot make any meaningful gear progression after, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I would say, I would like to play with regular gear progression for at least 4 weeks or something like that. And then at some point you go into min-maxing. But in D4, like, min-maxing really starts like at day 2. And that's way, way too early. And obviously min-maxing is horrible. Yeah, the leveling glyphs, exactly, that was cool. And, I mean, it went pretty fast still. I mean, I don't know how long I took to, like, glyphs tier 85-ish or something like that, I think. That went fairly fast. And yeah, the other tiers took a little bit longer, obviously. But yeah, that was a cool system. So, doing the pits for at least upgrading that glyphs at least gives you something out of the pit. Even though, obviously, there's no gear drops or anything interesting. But, you know, leveling the glyphs, at least, you know, you are basically noticing that stuff is getting better. Not remotely as much as you should. Because, you know, at that point you already have, like, thousands% of multipliers from your gear. And just, you know, advancing those little glyph multipliers a little bit doesn't really actually do all that much. But it's definitely doing something, right? Wait, what's happening? So, from that point of view, I think it was a good decision to move all this stuff. Obviously, it would have been a way better decision to just do new stuff, but since it just doesn't seem to work for D4 devs the way they just don't do new stuff, they basically just keep recycling or keep, like, changing, keep moving stuff around. And they have been doing this for 1.5 years now, right? So even the pit is the recycled Abattoir of Zir. And the Kura's Undercity is the recycled Gauntlet. And, you know, then just, you know, this loot now drops there and this loot drops there. You know, it's not really doing anything new, but it's still at least doing something, right? But it just feels like they do stuff because they, you know, somebody expects them to do something. But it doesn't seem to actually matter what they do. Probably, it feels like there's just some guy, like, in the management who says, hey, you have to do something. I'm paying, like, 1,500 people here, and I just want to see something. Can you just, you know, create some tickets and work on them? So I can tell my boss, like, everybody's working. Like, I kind of have a feeling that's, like, how it works, like, in D4 development. Just work for the sake of working. I thought this dungeon would have been way better, but because of these 2 big rooms with like all the elites, but this wasn't really good, I have to say. Yeah. See. So that was 632. That was kill 1. Pedestra. No doors and... Oh, it's decent, but it's not very good. So Nostrava Deepwood, this might be a good one. I could have sworn I did this already as well, but I guess not. What is this? I don't care. Deepwood. There you go. But so... You know, I just hope, you know... that Diablo will find its spot next to PoE somewhere. That they should just work on doing better seasons. Because there's no way they're gonna get like the blasters to D4. Like all the robs and so like there's no way these people are just gonna play all day long D4 anymore with PoE being there. That's just not gonna happen. Because it's just a time sink for like absolutely no reason. So they really have to work on making the seasons more interesting. So people can come and play for the seasons. And I feel like that's actually fine. You know what? People are still going to buy the season pass. I'm not going to buy any more season passes because the cosmetics are just boring. But I think that's fine to get a spot like that for the game. But if they don't deliver good seasons, right? Since they horribly failed to deliver a good expansion, at least if they start delivering good seasons so people can play for like a week or 2 and, you know, get some interest in the game. That's what I would hope. If they just, you know, release seasons like the seasons we had before, people are not even going to stop playing PoE for the season. Because, for what reason? You already played it before, right? So it's nothing new to anything, just to add like some, you know, whatever, like Sharknado to a random Tree of Whispers bounty power. Yeah, of course it's fun, but it's not gonna bring people to a season. It might, I mean, it might not even bring them to season 7, unless they add like a bunch of extra stuff they didn't reveal yet. But if they just add like these random powers, that's not gonna be enough. They have to add more items and shit like that. They have to start customizing builds. They cannot just continue this low pace. Wow. How do I not find this? Yeah, I'm gonna play Witch too. It really looks great, and then I'm probably gonna play Witch first, and then I'm gonna play the Sorceress.
I can break that down.
But yeah, Witch looks freaking amazing. Like the whole idea with the spirit reserved resource, which allows you to do auras and minions in autocast, and then you know you have the scepters, which give you more spirit to summon more. Like that whole system is like brilliant. It sounds so relaxed to get into. Even it's not even hard to understand, right? Because before you had like in PoE like aura stacking and everything, it was very complicated, to be honest. Like you had to reserve like all of your mana, then you had to, you know, get certain support gems in, so, you know, your auras would only consume that amount of mana, and every build would evolve around, you know, reserving your entire resource to stack as many auras as possible. And I feel like that system wasn't, I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't really accessible, I feel like, and it felt so mandatory. And now by just capping this with the spirit resource, you know, all that shit is out, while they still can maintain the power of like auras and everything they had before. They just say, you know what, you get that much spirit and you can put your auras in and that's gonna be it. And then if you wanna, you know, if you wanna have extra auras, you can play a scepter, right? And I'm pretty sure you don't only play scepters with necromanters or with witches to summon minions. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be builds just playing scepters for, you know, being able to play more auras, for example. And it's just a pretty cool concept, and with that third little resource, I feel like really looking forward to that, because to be honest, it wasn't all that complicated to do the aura stacking and everything. But, you know, there were like all these requirements. You need to get these quality gems to do XYZ. And then you were missing, like, you know, a little bit of resource to get the last aura going. So, I really like this new approach they're doing there. That? Why doesn't it show me on the map? It's UI. Wait, where's my dungeon? What the fuck? Huh? Did my dungeon just get deleted? Okay, it's gotta be somewhere in... Huh? Are you kidding me? Where's my dungeon? There... It's so strange. Now I see it. Oh, this UI... Oh. God. Like, I don't know if I like the Chronomancer, honestly. Like, this whole time manipulation story, like, feels like confusing to me. I'm more like the elemental style. Just balls on the walls, shoot like fireballs and shit. That's like more mine. I'm not so much towards like this whole darkness, magic. I'm more like the elemental player. But yeah, it looks damn cool. Interesting is they said in the podcast, it only works for you. So if you're in a party, you can slow down time, but it's not for other people. I wonder how it works. It sounds like a weird concept to me. But yeah, it all looks awesome. Like, really, all the classes look awesome in that game. And the end game, like the whole Atlas, how they redesigned it with like this, you know, map which looks a little bit like Heroes of Might and Magic, or you know, they took like a good chunk of last epoch there, and I really like the way they designed that. I'm not sure about the you can only die once per map, so it kind of forces people to build more tanky, right? It removes all the glass cannon builds pretty much, which I kind of like as well. Because I think going into a little bit of a slower pace is actually not bad. I think, like, especially like with Diablo, is a way too fast pace. It's kind of exhausting to be playing at this very fast pace all the time. And I kind of like, you know, the way of stacking more survivability, making like fights more challenging, and take a lot of the haste out of the game, right? I really like that concept. I feel like games like in this genre have been starting to get too fast. Like, just thinking back to like D2 times, the game was like so much freaking slower than the games are now, and I feel like it's just a little bit too much, like the speed of the games we have right now. So I feel like it's a good decision to take a little bit of speed out of the games. So 62.3. Not that good, actually. It's kill 3, kill 3? Was it 2 times kill 3 or 1 time kill 3? I don't even remember, honestly. I think it was just 1 time kill 3. Ah, it was kill all kill 3. Kill all kill 3. No, linear. No, definitely not. And it had no boss. So this is much worse than I thought, honestly. I thought Nostrava Deepwood to be much better. Right, what do we have? Black Asylum. Oh, one has Monster Barrier. One then. Black Asylum. Yeah, but it's kind of weird if it's CC because they also would not be moving. So I don't know. I don't know how it would look for the other guys. That would definitely interest me. Switches. 2 switches. Alright, 2 switches, open the door. Oh, I had these narrow passes. Right, kill all. 2 switches, kill all, and probably a boss. Not too bad, probably. Oh, it has doors. I don't know if I would classify this as many doors or some doors. I didn't make up my mind yet. Okay, it's definitely many doors. I just made my decision. Oh no, not a goblin. Oh, he's still alive. Well, this is a huge freaking area. This is probably not gonna be... Oh god, the red cloak guy again. Wait, so now... okay, I'm gonna stop here. Because I have to kill the goblin, which I skipped. Which is now bugged. And I cannot complete the dungeon. What is this? Okay, that is so strange. But yeah, I'm gonna remove 250 from the whatever's thing. I don't think it's doing dirty. I feel like it's okay to take from other games. The thing is with Last Epoch, right? Their team is too small to withstand on the market anyway. Right, so they launched a good game, they got some momentum, they can keep working on the game, but their team is too small to really do major success. That's just a fact. So I don't think it's bad of taking the stuff from other games and making it better and iterating on it. As long as you give credit, which they clearly did. Like, nobody on the team would say, no, we didn't get inspired by, by the corruption system of Last Epoch there. They clearly took it. And I feel like, taking other stuff and iterating on it is not a bad thing to do. You just don't need... You just can't make it worse. If you make it worse, it's not a good thing. What was I gonna do? Deduct 250. So I'm gonna add 6 to 550. So this is also gonna be a horrible one. But again, I mean, I think Last Epoch, you know, they can always launch like expansions and people buy it for the box price. But I just, I said it many times before, I just don't think if you have a small team, you shouldn't try to make a live service game. It's just not going to work. A small team is not going to be able to maintain player bases, and you know, you're really not getting a lot out of a live service game unless you do like heavy microtransactions. And you know, a small game will not really make money through microtransactions. So I feel like it's much better if you're a small team of developers, just make a game for the box price. Right? You sell the box for whatever, like $30. You try to make a profit, and then you build an expansion. Well, build a DLC, right? So just say, hey, we're gonna give you these 3 new endgame activities, and we're gonna call it an expansion. And then you give the expansion another box price of like $30 or whatever. And people are gonna buy it. And I think it's a much better decision than, you know, stressing yourself on maintaining a live service game. If you only have like, you know, a staff of like 15 people or whatever. I don't know how many people were there on the team, but... I mean, it definitely works out, right? You can see, like, for example, like, what's that game, like, the Dwarven Realms? Or the Dwarven Realms, that, you know, was developed by 2 brothers, and they got, like, I don't know, a couple of 100,000 sales on Steam or something like that. And now the game is basically done, right? I mean, yeah, sure, they can still do updates, but they don't do a live service game, right? They just sold it for the box price. And it's also okay to just, you know, not continue developing a game then. You can just say, you know what? That was my first game, you know, it was a great experience. We did lose money, or we maybe even made some money. And now we do our next game, and we can reuse, you know, parts of our code base if we are good developers at least. If you're bad developers like D4 developers and you just have spaghetti code, then you obviously cannot reuse your code properly. But usually you will be able to reuse your code properly, which, you know, for example, PoE, they reused like a lot of the systems they had from PoE 1. And then you can build your next game. And your next game maybe is going to be better, right? And but making your very first game a live service game, I think it's just a horrible decision. And I liked Last Epoch, but I only played it for like a week or 2. But you know what? That's completely fine, right? I paid my whatever it was, like $30 for it. I played it for a week or 2, and then I called it a day. And you know, at some point I might play it again because, you know, I purchased it. So, you know, maybe if they get like a great update in, you know, half a year or whatever from now, right? I might just play it again, and maybe they release a DLC or like an expansion, and then maybe I buy it and I play it again. I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but just the expectation that people are gonna play your game all day long for like an extended period of time, if you don't putting in extended amount of resources, I think it's just an illusion. Why not evade Spiritborn? Because I don't have a Spiritborn. Also, I don't think evade Spiritborn is faster than teleport Sorc, honestly. What was I gonna do? You get 1 teleport every 2 seconds or whatever. What is it? I don't think evade Spiritborn is faster. I think Jarun has like a 2-second cooldown or whatever it is. Don't know it off on the top of my head. Right, 2 seconds cooldown. I teleport like 2 times a second. But yeah, what am I gonna do? Next one. But yeah, so you can expect me playing a lot of PoE too, and I will do the builds and everything. And I will put in substantial amount of time into that game, I can already tell you. It's gonna be blasting. And it's probably gonna stay like that. So probably just D4 seasonal, if at all. We will see. Nobody knows now. There's probably always going to be a faster build than this, so I just don't want to make any more builds. I basically, I don't know why my mana is so low all the time. I feel like something is wrong with my build. My mana shouldn't drop to 0. I have to check. Maybe I'm missing, something. Yeah, this is not a fun dungeon. But it's linear, I think. Like, these ghosts are like so scattered. Hate it that they cannot just form like regular packs. They're always like all over the place. It just takes forever like to teleport through like all these narrow door tile sets. So this is definitely one of the worst nightmare dungeons again. No, there's absolutely no way PoE 2 will flop. PoE community is just digging that game. There's absolutely no way. If I could bet everything I have on it that it not flops, I would do it. Honestly, I don't think there's a way that it's gonna flop. Not even the slightest. Except for starting like issues and queues and, you know, maybe unavailability at the beginning. The game itself, there's no way it's gonna freaking flop. Wait, that was kill all and 2 switches. Doors, some linear, yes. What is wrong here? 64? Am I stupid? This was 62, not 52. Right. Yeah, that's more like it. 14k. Just straight to shit here. Alright. So we have Uldur's Cave left. So Uldur's Cave is the best. I'm just gonna say it. This is gonna be the best dungeon of all. Absolutely no doubt about it. So let's do this. Sketch is done. Wait, this had no boss. This had no boss, right? Yeah. Right. So now this is gonna be the holy grail of nightmare dungeons. Even though you cannot jump this. And immediately see it just drops so much freaking Obducite. Like there's like just elite packs everywhere in this dungeon. Just pack after pack after pack. Whoops. That was dumb. But yeah, I feel like something is wrong with my build. I don't know. Where my mana is all the time. What? Okay. Gotta deduct something. Can you go above 100? Resource generation? You probably can. Why not? No, I think I forgot something in my build. I don't even know what it is, honestly. I honestly don't care, but I think something is wrong. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just confused. Who knows? Working good enough, I guess. No idea. I guess it's fine. I guess I'm just confused. Like, you have probably like 400 or 500% resource generation with all the Conjuration Mastery and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I go out of mana for strange reasons. Maybe they patched something or no, who knows. Get the ambush. So that's kind of extra 100 or extra 90 Obducite if you get this ambush. But yeah, something is weird. Like, I don't know. Usually I would be faster than this. Come on. It's a good question. What are you doing in T4? Like, what content are you running? Like pits? I mean, this is not really the best build for bosses, right? If you want to do bosses, you have to put on Frostburn. But for pit 60, you shouldn't have any issues with this build normally. It's hard to say without knowing like your gear and like Paragon and stuff. But if you have like all the mythic uniques, you shouldn't have any issues, honestly. Most of the damage, like on bosses especially, comes from Lightning Spear. But, I mean, if you already say you don't have enough damage for elites, it's really just having a very high conjuration count in this build. But most likely, if you are struggling with like 60, I would assume you have like significantly lower gear than the requirement for this. Monster barrier. Monster barrier is so stupidly bugged in this game. I'm gonna remove like 20 seconds from this for the monster barrier again. Unfortunately, I don't have one without monster barrier. Again, you would have to say what like gear state you are in, because that seems pretty low, honestly. Okay, let's see. So we have 68.4. Jesus Christ. This dungeon is just out of control. So we're just gonna... Let's just make it 7. This is kill 3, kill all. No, yes. 3 runs. So there you go. What? Huh? What did I do wrong? How is it negative? Yeah, there's a completely wrong formula. What happened to that one? Okay, so this is the best one so far. 30k. I had some which are close to 30k, like 27, 26. But this is 30k, so this is by far the best one. And I was pretty slow. Honestly, you could go faster. So yeah, do we have one more? Probably not. Yeah, if you're still missing masterworking, you're not even remotely there. So if you're not even fully masterworked, it's completely fine to run tier 3, honestly. You're not supposed to run tier 4 without having end tier items and fully masterwork, tempered gear and stuff like that. Okay, so we have abandoned mine works. I swear I did this before. I guess not. Yeah, I mean, it really, if you look, I have like 2.5k intelligence, so a lot of power comes from your amulet to have a greater FX intelligence and have like a lot of conjuration mastery on your amulet. That's like a huge source of power. And obviously the two mythic uniques, Shroud of False Death, and I mean, if you're too slow, you know what, just drop the Harlequin and go for like Air of Perdition, honestly. Don't go like all out speed if you don't have to. You can always put evade cooldown reduction on your amulet to get a little bit faster teleporting. So really, there's absolutely no need to push yourself to using Shako here, because this one is just going to remove straight up probably 80% or 90% of your damage. Yeah, so Conjuration Mastery is the most important one. So that is bread and butter. Like, even if you have an amulet with nothing but Conjuration Mastery, it's the most important for that build. Extremely important. Wait, where's my dungeon? Abandoned Mine World. I'm so happy if I have this Nightmare Dungeon tier list done. Then we can just do, yeah, it's, well, it kind of depends, right? Hard to find, yes. You can obviously enchant on it, if you have the resources. But yeah, I mean, the problem is at this stage of the game, you cannot even really properly trade. So, since the season is already completely dead, it's really hard to find, like, gear if you're, like, solo self-bound. Usually, finding stuff without trading is very, very difficult. The best way is really just, you know, take all your resources and go all out enchant. But, you know, it's going to take a lot of resources to do that. But it would be my #1 priority. Like, if you have an amulet with int and, you know, a random passive or whatever on it, I would probably try to enchant it for Conjuration Mastery. It's gonna take a significant amount of resources, though. I could swear I did this as well. By the way, they didn't really reveal how trading is gonna work in PoE 2. I wonder if they have the same trade website then for PoE 1. Would make sense, I guess. Wait, it's over? What? Interesting. I didn't expect this dungeon to be over all of a sudden. But we're gonna finish the round. Which was a horrible decision. Didn't find any elites here. Oh, there's some. Conjuration Mastery can only be on the amulet, yeah. There's no other spot where you can get it. Honestly, that should be your #1 priority. There's really not much more to say about that story. So if you have enough resources to enchant, you know, you can expect to take like 100 to 200 tries to attempt enchanting it. So if you only have like a couple of tries to enchant, you're probably not going to succeed. I mean, you can obviously try, but realistically, it can easily take 100 to 200 tries to enchant it. Okay, so this is just 3 prisoners. And then kill one guy or whatever it was. I guess this dungeon is okay. It's also pretty long to find like the way out here. Interesting enough, it instantly ends here after killing the 3 guys. But it's also horrible to navigate here. These passings are just way too narrow. Damn it, I reset the timer. It was at 4 minutes and 10 seconds. But yeah, I don't like this layout. It's like exhausting to teleport through here. You always like hit the walls. I think this is okay dungeon. It's not gonna be great. What? Like these minimap bugs where like the boss icons are appearing even after the bosses are dead and stuff like that. That's been in the game for 1.5 years now. No fix whatsoever. So let's make it 6 minutes. This is 70.8k. 6 minutes. Kill 3 prisoners. Doors no, linear yes. That's okay, mid-range. Okay, so now I'm out of stuff to run. Let's see if we have something new here. I guess I can just craft and put some more in the stash. Yep. Let's craft 20 sigils.
Don't be a stranger. Come back soon.
Oh, Caldera Gate, I need that. Okay, so we have Caldera Gate. Gone. 1, 2, 3. There's another one, but this is barrier. Right, let's run this. Fractured Peaks. Just like 6 or 7 more, and then the ones I probably never saw, I don't know how many there might be, but I'm just not gonna make another session with this, so whatever I can get done today, I'm just gonna compile the list and call it a day. I think I have to do strongholds to reach other dungeons, but I don't really know if that's true or not. Nobody really knows. Oh, this is like a Hoarfrost demise, kind of. Oh, this is pretty easy. But I hit walls all the time. So we kill 3 and then go to somewhere and probably kill a boss. Not too bad. Relatively fast, even though I'm freaking slow. I guess I'm just getting slower, like I'm getting old. Are you sure that is still that way? Because I haven't seen any... So before it used to be you get the dungeon key and it would say you cannot open it because you didn't do the stronghold. And that hasn't happened to me this season. So either they changed it that you don't get the keys with the strongholds anymore at all. Or they removed the dungeons behind the strongholds from the rotation. I don't know. So there's definitely an undocumented change. So either that happened, that you don't get them anymore at all, or it is not like that anymore. And you can maybe do them even without having access to the stronghold. I don't know. I would have to test it. What is this red cloaked horror? Is that really just, you know, a random guy replacing the butcher, dropping absolutely nothing? I really don't get their events. Like, they just put a random mob somewhere and call it a day? Is that what they do? Guess, right? A good thing I didn't even read this new events thing. Because I thought like, yeah, I just clicked the statue and got like random loot, which I don't care about. Is there even cosmetics in this thing? I didn't even get it, honestly. All I did was click this statue or whatever. Okay. So number 3. Yeah, I have the Gideon's Brew. Like there was like 3 of the in the statue I clicked, and I didn't use one of them yet because I don't need that shit. I guess it's good if you want to push or whatever, but yeah, I couldn't care less, honestly. I'm really slowing down, like, mentally. This is just way too stupid fast gameplay for absolutely no reward. This might be a decent dungeon. Definitely not top tier though. It's too narrow. Difficult to teleport through. Alright, so this was Caldea Gate. We have 73.7. Oh, it's not too bad actually. 622. Kill 3, kill all, no, yes. 27, not too bad, it's S tier. So you have a cultist refugee nightmare dungeon sigil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if there's an actual nightmare dungeon sigil of that. Because I for sure have... So you definitely cannot craft it if that is a nightmare dungeon. Because, you know, just the randomness. So that's why I'm saying, like, I didn't have a single nightmare dungeon sigil I couldn't run. So either they removed that system, or you don't get the sigils anymore if you don't have it unlocked. But yeah, so let's see. What else do we have? Lights Watch. No new one. Okay, so what else do we need? Search for more. The Hordes of the Damned I don't need anymore, right? This is like shit here. I don't need anymore. Okay, don't have any of those. I have 2 of this. None else. Now it's gonna start difficult. 2 of this, nothing else. I should probably just scrap all the ones which are not favorites and just make new ones. Betrayer's Row. I have 1. Oh, this one I can run, nice. Two of these. This one I also need. We're getting there. I'm just gonna scrap everything I have after this. Can run this. This watch I already checked. So Hive Nightmare, yes, can run this too. Looking good. Getting better. I think this is also a good one, by the way, Hive Nightmare. That was the wrong one, by the way. Oh, Hive Night. This one I can also run. We can run all these guys. I ran. Okay, let's scrap these. Alright, let's go on with Arcane's Grasp. How with the... Where are you? Arcane's Grasp. That's one of the better dungeons, I think. So yeah, I might have to redo the strongholds, all of them, and then, you know, maybe you can get other sigils. I honestly don't know at this point. This is one of the Nightmare dungeons I always liked, because it has high mob density and is relatively easy to finish. Also, you can basically, you know, you don't have to backtrack because you can just go the other way. Get back here. Might have killed the goblin. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's away. Very nice. Away. They also might take a long time because these passes are pretty long. It's also nice if these objectives spawn like a scripted pack of elites. This spawns another scripted pack of elites. I think now it's kill all. Oh, stay 2, okay. Even better. What? Horrible. I'm just a horrible player. Can't deal with these dungeons. Okay, so we had Blood Bishop. We had 2 Pedestral and kill 3 and I'll kill 2 actually. No doors, linear, yes. I feel like wasn't this Arcane's Grasp or whatever it's called? Isn't that inside a stronghold? Because I definitely ran this before unlocking the stronghold. Because I just unlocked these strongholds like the other day. And I definitely ran this before. At least I think I did. Last time it didn't spawn the 3 scripted elites. Last time it did. Weird. Okay, I'm really slow. Where's the second freaking lord? Am I dumb? Pause here. Oh, it's dead? I didn't even notice it. I'm just gonna keep this paused for my absolute slowness. I think it's not fair for the dungeons I did in the beginning because I'm definitely getting slower. Maybe it's because of PoE 2. It automatically makes you slower in this game because you don't want to do it anymore. But it's also freaking laggy. I feel like they did something with the latest patch which, again, like, creeps out the game. They called it stability fix. I think they re-enabled DLSS or whatever. Maybe they enabled DLSS if you had it disabled before, because I really cannot play with this. I can play with DLSS. It's just putting like a half-second delay on everything. It's one of the worst features I have ever used. I get stuck on the walls, like I'm so freaking slow. think that's like randomly like these vampires like getting from the sky, whatever it's called, from the ceiling. On a combat mission. Yeah, I did Flooded Depths. Pretty sure I did. Oh, actually, I didn't. So I probably didn't have it. So you might just not be able to get it. 75.8. Oh, much worse than I thought, actually. But I did the stronghold, but I did it like 2 days ago, like this one here, right? But I didn't do the dungeon yet, so I wasn't able to find the dungeon. So I don't know if it's a nightmare dungeon or not, right? I can just see it's a dungeon. But I haven't got a sigil for that yet, so... So next one here. So maybe I just, you know, I will just craft like another 200 or whatever. And see if I... But I would have to do the strongholds first, all of them. I mean, I don't know, that probably takes forever, right? I mean, I did like 5 or 6 of the strongholds, I believe. Oh god, doors. At least Path of Exile is not gonna have freaking doors in the maps. Oh god, how many? Wow, this has like so freaking many doors. Probably not even gonna worth run 3 of these. It's gonna be so freaking terrible. Probably gonna okay if I'm just gonna run 1 of these. I have to wait like half an hour for this bookshelf to open the way. Yeah, so like these dungeons are like so shitty. You don't even need to play more than 1 of these. I mean, it's not even that horrible, I guess. If it just destroys 3 constructs now. Oh, 3 construct and the boss. So yeah, this is not gonna be a good one. Wow, how large is this? Now we still have to kill the boss. Just backtracking and stuff like that. So this is like a good 3-minute dungeon. Right, just gamble real quick. Look at this. Perfect. 3 curses aspects. I have like 3 of those. So yeah, maybe I have to do all the strongholds to find the remaining ones.
It seems you're very nice, but could be better. Not much, is it?
Alright. Do one more of these. But these two have monster barrier. I'm not gonna play this with monster barrier. We're just gonna do this 76.5k. It's not gonna be a good dungeon anyway. We don't even need to look at it. What was this? One pedestra, kill 3. What's this stupid boss called? Tomb Lord. No, Resurrect. Yeah, Tomb Lord. Yeah, so 700. So even if I would do one, this just has many doors, so and it's not linear. So really nothing I care about at this point. So let's go. Hive Nightmare I think is good. Hive Nightmare is also Skorsglan. I played that. That was a pretty easy one if I remember it correctly. So we only have like 7 or so left, and then we gotta find the ones with the strongholds. So Animus dungeons are usually good, because you get like these extra 6 mobs when just playing them. You just gotta be on top of, you know, whatever you're doing, because if you miss one of these Animus, you have to backtrack all the way, and then you're pretty much screwed. This is like the same dungeon layout than like the dopamine tunnels. Oh yeah, this is very fast. I think now you just need to kill a spider boss. Yes. So that is God, my memory is just so freaking bad. Animus. And nothing. I wonder how long it takes to clear the strongholds. Wait, what? I picked these up. Freaking bugs. Okay. This is also not going to be very great, even though it's fast. It just takes forever until these mobs drop their Obducite. Because Blizzard needs to have their pretty dash and drop animations. So you have to wait like 3 seconds for the mobs to drop their shit. Right, one more. What? Big ambush. That was bad. We're gonna change this to semi-linear. Right, so let's see. We have 78.8. That's decent, but not very good, unfortunately. 543, 43. Still like 24k, so this is like a solid one, but not a very good one. So this is the... So Belfry Sakura, I still didn't find. No, I played it. I think this is also gated somewhere. I don't know, something is weird, because I already played this. Okay. Dry steps. Oh, monster barrier. Oh, I have 2 with monster barrier. Oh, God. I don't know if I can use that. Just do the one without first. Maybe it's shit and I don't have to run it again. But I think this is a good one, honestly. If I remember it correctly. guess we can play this with barrier and just, you know, adjust the time so I'm roughly like at the first. Oh, yeah, the boss as well. Oh god, that's the red cloak. Stupid horror again. Please let me in peace. I just want to pick up my Obducite here. So we have linear is clearly no. Doors no. Kill all. Kill 3. Yeah. But let's do the barrier ones, and we had 213. I really don't want to complete all these goddamn strongholds. Really don't know if I have to though, but I will try, I guess. But yeah, the linearity of this is not very good, I have to say. A lot of backtracking. But it has a good amount of elites. Property already. Have an accurate time. I think this might be one of the better ones, though. They can even have different monsters. Last time I had skeletons, now I have like beasts. I really wanna run like an hour of S tier nightmare dungeons after this and see how much I can make. I wanna if I can make 40k an hour. It's just S tier nightmare dungeons. I knew there was not gonna be one there. Really, really hard to navigate this. Just so exhausting. So yeah, how do I make a fair time out of this? Familiar's default element is fire. So if you don't have it on your bar, either your Winter Glass if you play Frozen Orb, or your Unstable Currents is just automatically gonna spawn fire. So I had two. What did I have? 220 or something like that. So let's make it 650. I think 650 is fair. Let's go for 81.6. Make it 650. Yeah, so it's in the decent area. Right, so now I'm out of dungeons again, unfortunately. So I think I'm gonna complete the strongholds now. How many strongholds are those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10. Okay, it's not gonna take forever. Guess we just do this. Did you? So last time I looked, they didn't have a Nightmare Dungeon rotation for this season. It was just for last season. Are you sure it's for this season? But if the Stronghold dungeons were not in the rotation, that would explain why I never got one. Because I really just found the old one. I mean, finishing most of the strongholds goes fairly fast. I don't even know which strongholds have like dungeons behind them and shit like that. Yeah, I mean the sigils are super annoying. Especially because of the whole, you know, juggling around the space. It's just one of all the horrible systems in this game, really. I just can't stand these systems at all. I mean, I guess it's okay if you just basically avoid the bad ones, so you have a tier list so you can see which ones to run. And then it's relatively easy if you know, have a free stash tab to just sort those out. But in general, they should just stack, right? Like all these modifiers on Nightmare Dungeons, they should just freaking get rid of those, and then the sigils should just stack. So you can make like a bunch of them and then, you know, just get stack-wise. Like basically everything which does not stack is just so freaking annoying. It's just making stuff not stack is just completely horrible. And I get it that we had like these, you know, these negative sigil powers there, and now they're still on there, blah 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 blah. But you know, the systems have been evolved, and they just don't evolve the stuff around it, right? Nobody cares about the negatives and positives on Nightmare Dungeons. Like, it's completely irrelevant. It's just farming for updating for Obducite right now. So really, this whole negative story with the sigils, I'm just over it. Would be way better to just remove that stuff altogether. Just get random modifiers when you start the dungeon. And then just make them stack. Yeah, the barrier one is just quite annoying because it's bugged. So that bug has been in for like ever. So the story with the barrier is vulnerable does not work against the barrier. So that's why you basically deal no damage against barrier. But yeah, they're very annoying. But I feel like it should just be removed altogether. Like, it's just annoying. Like, all the bad ones, like the you know, the storm caller, like the lightning caller, whatever this shit is called. The drifting shade. These are just purely annoying. Absolutely no enjoyment. And it should just be removed. Like, there's absolutely no sport for these things. We don't need them. Just get rid of them. If you really want to make stuff like that, you know, keep all the freaking burning damage and poison damage, just randomize it. I mean, they kind of, you know, try to build on the Path of Exile mapping system with that idea, right? That the maps have unique modifiers, but obviously they horribly failed. So you said there's like one on max roll? Nightmare Dungeons in... No, not in max roll. Wowhead, right? Wait, there's one on max roll actually, but is that the rotation? Season 6 Nightmare Dungeons, to be determined. So max roll doesn't have it. Yeah, 1 second. Let me just check these Nightmare Dungeons before I run like all these stupid strongholds now. Okay, here they are. Oh, there's different Nightmare Dungeons in the world tiers. That is so weird. Okay, so this is definitely more than I played. Wait, are you sure this is accurate? I'm not sure if this is accurate. I haven't seen like... It doesn't even have... No, this cannot be accurate. Even like the new thing is missing here. Right? The new area is completely missing. So this might be like this might be like an older build or something like that. I don't think this list is accurate. I haven't like, there's so many of these I haven't seen. Like these ones, for example. I don't think I don't think it's this list is correct, honestly. Like Rimscar like, ow. I mean, this is like so different from my list. And so many are not in there. Like Abandoned Mineworks, for example, is not in here. So this is not an accurate list. So this is probably just an old list. It's definitely not for this season. Because I have Nightmare Dungeons which are not in here. And there's definitely Nightmare Dungeons in here which are not Nightmare Dungeons. So definitely not. Unfortunately. Wait, you want to see my what? Conjuration skill tree? What is that? You can just look at the build guide. But I use Teleport and Firebolt enchantment. And I don't know what the Conjuration skill tree is, but if you mean like skill tree, just check the planner in the description, bro. Like, you're just gonna get a snapshot here, and it's really not gonna be helpful. So really just check the planner link in the description. Much easier. So yeah, I think at least because I haven't found any Nightmare Dungeon hidden behind the strongholds, either they don't drop or they are not in the rotation. So I'm gonna finish all these goddamn strongholds, and then I'm gonna craft like a buttload of more sigils, and then see if I get anything new. But I'm pretty sure I got most of them now. So the Wowhead one is definitely not the correct one. Yeah, so the burning isn't even the issue. The issue is they remove Devouring Blaze. So on burning, nobody cares. Sorc builds don't even play burning anymore. I mean, not Firebolt enchantment, right? So, almost all Sorc builds just use Familiar for burning now. And only in this one I use Firebolt enchantment because Familiar is just too slow for a speed farming build. But yeah, exactly. Devouring Blaze has been removed from non-fire builds, so it's essentially a 60 to make it like a 50 to 70% nerf to all Sorc builds. So it's a very, very heavy nerf. So and you know, obviously Blizzard is not gonna listen, right? So there's no way they're gonna revert that change. And it's a huge issue because I am pretty sure Sorc's gotta be sent like straight to like shit again. I mean, Sorc is already sent to shit, honestly, because we just have Fireball, which is a bug build. And like all the pit pushing builds, really, that's not really playable builds. And Incinerate, yeah, I mean, you can play Incinerate, obviously. It's not bad. But it's just not a fun build. It's way too slow. And yeah, with that nerf, basically, all the lightning builds and all the cold builds are just gonna like lose 50% damage at least. And yeah, it's still still spamming conjurations for damage, so the meta will still stay exactly the same. And I just don't, like, I have just to say, at this point, I'm just sick of it. I don't want to button smash like crazy. That's not what I want to do. I want my skills to be powerful. I don't want to have damage coming from 4 or 5 support skills I randomly have on my bar and just spam. That doesn't feel good. I don't want to have 0 cooldown skills. It's just spamming. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel good at all. I want to have like one skill which I can freaking spam, like a core skill. Like that's how it's supposed to be. If I play a freaking Frozen Orb Sorc, I just want to spam Frozen Orbs. If I play a Chain Lightning Sword, I just want to spam Chain Lightnings. If I play a whatever Sorc, I just want to spam whatever. But I don't want to spam everything else. Get all my damage from Lucky Hit, from Frostburns or damage temper on my weapons. Like, that is just not appealing to me. I feel like a game shouldn't work like this. Especially skill ranks. I feel like it's so horrible that skill ranks are so irrelevant in this game. And skill ranks should always be the most relevant thing in any ARPG. That has been like that forever. In every game, skill ranks have always been the most important go-to stat. Always. Every single freaking game. Just before skill ranks are irrelevant. I don't know. It's just so terribly misdesigned. Like, you can get another 10 skill ranks on your main skill and it's literally not gonna give you any more damage. Just so freaking horrible. Wait, so Stronghold. Oh, look at this. I have bonus obols from Fractured Peaks. Wait, do I have to claim these again? No, I had this. Alright, some more. Let's go. No, I think nobody can use the damage aspect with the what is it called? With the no defensive skills. It's just not gonna work. Like, also, it doesn't make any sense, because you can just use Ice Armor, and Ice Armor is gonna give you more damage, right? So why would you... So the aspect is just, what, 10% stronger than a regular one? So why would you opt for 10% more damage through an aspect, which then doesn't allow you to take your very important defensive abilities? If Ice Armor itself, especially with Stormswell aspect, gives you like an extra 30%. So playing Stormswell with Ice Armor gives you, what, extra 20% from Ice Armor versus crowd controlled, and then Stormswell gives you another like 15% or something like that extra. So it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't fit the scene. So many of these aspects have just no reason to exist at all. And also, I just don't like the whole meta, like this whole multiplying shit. It's just, you know, just stacking multipliers is everything you do in this game, and I feel like it's very boring for an itemization. It would be much better if it would be like low values of additive damages, like it has always been in other games. Like, for example, in D2, well, the additive damage were not so low. You could get like 300 to 400% additives, but that would only be on a very strong weapon rune word. So these additive damages mattered. And in this game, it's just all like so freaking overloaded. And that's why I'm really also looking forward to PoE, because in PoE, additive damages are not overload. You get good amount of additive damage, but it's not like, you know, you get thousands of percentage. I don't know. I really don't understand why they made the game like this. I have to say, it's kind of strange. There was like so much potential, but now we are like 1.5 years into the game, and stuff hasn't really majorly changed, honestly. Yeah, numbers have been changed like 3 times. We got like a terrible crafting system, which is, yeah, a little bit better than no crafting system, I guess. But, of course, I think the Stronghold is horrible. Yeah, maybe, but, you know, conjurations don't do damage. It's the problem there. I have to, oh god, speak with the spirit of the freaking pyre. Where is the spirit? Oh, that's the guy. Hello. I want to speak with you. I cannot speak with him. Do I really have to disable my freaking autocasting? Are you kidding me? Ha. Wow. Great. Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like the system at launch with the vulnerable damage and the crit damage was better than the system we have now. Even though it was also completely overloaded, now it's even more overload. How do I know where to get? Okay. So I don't think there's nightmare dungeons behind those strongholds, but, you know, I just want to make sure I'm not missing a whole lot of them. So I have a complete list. So maybe, you know, it can be used for next season, because I feel like this is more than half of the existing dungeons. Yeah, but all the uniques are pretty much the same, right? They just give you damage. So really no interesting uniques, I feel like. Also all the new Uber uniques, like the Shroud of False Death. What is that unique? Like, yeah, you get stealth, and then you get a random additive damage bonus when you come out of stealth, which is completely irrelevant. Like, why even design irrelevant items in the first place, right? I don't understand their approaches. It feels like they don't understand at all how, like, the damage scaling and everything works. Right? They just put a random 500% additive damage on a, like, very heavy condition. And that being said, like, you know, 500% additive damage is not really anything. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It's maybe like a 10% damage buff in the end. And I don't know. It's just really, really strange to me. Like, these things just don't add up. It feels like there's, like, a bunch of people doing these items which don't communicate. Or the items are designed by people who don't play the game or whatever. But nobody freaking knows. All we know is, like, the quality delivered of pretty much everything is just horrible. The reason for that, we don't. Alright. 4 out of 5 more strongholds. See, this has a dungeon. Oblivion. Ah, Oblivion. Okay, so this actually is a nightmare dungeon. I couldn't play this. Because if you would click Oblivion without having this unlocked, it would just do nothing. So, that's definitely a thing. I 100% sure I had Oblivion and I couldn't run it. You would just right-click it and there would be no feedback, just nothing would happen at all. That was the story with Oblivion. So Oblivion was definitely behind a stronghold. I don't know if that's related. We're gonna check with another one after this. But it might be that you just can't click them, and then Oblivion would have been the only one. Which is completely stupid, because they had a system to prevent you from entering the dungeon when you didn't complete the stronghold. And then they kind of reverted it back to, well, you just can't click it. Nothing is gonna happen. That's like... What, where am the frick... Oh. Wrong waypoint. God. So, yeah, overall, it's just... Itemization in this game is just not great. It just doesn't feel good. Like, the stats, the affixes don't feel good. You don't feel the effect of putting on items with affixes. The only thing you feel is the multipliers. You could just make all items exactly the same. Max life, main stat, whatever, third attribute, crit, attack speed or whatever, and just give it like a random 50% multiplier. And that's how basically every item in D4 feels. There's no really special items anymore. There used to be some, but even most of the build enabling items are gone. For Sorc, the only build enabling item is the fireball items now which exist, and you know, Winterglass, yeah, it's still a build enabling item, but it's not even a good build anymore. And most of the time you have to judge, hey, is like a special item doing something actually better than, you know, just having regular items. And that's with all the weapon slots, right? Like the charge bolt weapon is completely garbage because, you know, regular weapons are just much better. The teleport weapon Oculus has been like this unchanged for like almost a year, and it's still completely unusable. They gave it like more damage all the time, which doesn't make any sense because the item is just not usable. So why give it more damage if you just freaking can't use the item? Just fix the effect on Oculus, make it freaking target, and you have a cool build. But no, we just get like more teleport damage, more teleport whatever, which, you know, isn't really needed. Nobody cares. Then you have the freaking legendary spear, like the mythic one. Doesn't do, yeah, gives you a random shrine effect. Problem is shrines are shit. So what's the point of playing this dungeon? Then you have Doombringer. Well, yeah, if you want to have like some HP for the cost of 50% damage, yeah, sure, you can play Doombringer. But yeah, all these things don't really add up. It's not like really a solid system. Flamescar, like the Inferno. We get like a huge buff to Inferno, but you cannot use the stuff. It's just too bad. So most of the build enabling uniques you cannot even play, or build altering uniques you cannot even play. The Asadora amulet with the Lightning Nova, it's completely unplayable because yeah, it gives you like some random effect, but you lose like 150% damage by removing your amulet slot. The stuff doesn't work out. X-Falls Ring has been untouched for like 3 seasons. It's just completely useless. You cannot use it. And yeah, there's just so many of these items which just don't make sense. Like the familiar gloves. Like, what is the familiar gloves? Like, that skill literally makes no damage. Like, if you build a late game familiar build, you're probably not even gonna make it pit tier 30 with it. So bad it is. And really so I'm gonna start a witch in PoE 2. And then I'm probably gonna make another sorcerer as the second class. I'm definitely gonna start witch. Looks like the minion system in PoE 2 looks way too cool for me. I have to play it. Yeah, Ranger is definitely available. What do I have to do? Why can't I click it? What am I doing?
Subject 23. The plague of Alcanus
Oh.
was born from the dead of this city.
Did that just appear? Yeah, Mercenary looks micromanagement intense. Like the warrior classes honestly look awesome. It's just not my playstyle. I usually play like a mage kind of characters or range. So Ranger is freaking cool in PoE, like in the current PoE also it's like freaking awesome. But yeah, I definitely want to start with the witch. I want to go into like the minion story. And then we're gonna do sorceress later. Sorcerer. How am I gonna destroy the freaking necrotic mass? I don't get it. Oh, now I can kill it all of a sudden. Yeah, 6 classes. It's the ranger, the witch, the sorceress, the monk, the warrior. What was the 6th one? Ranger, monk, warrior. Ah, the druid. Come on. I don't want to use my brain to do like stupid stuff like this. What am I freaking have to do, eh? There's nothing marked on the goddamn map. It just doesn't have any tooltip. I have no freaking idea what to do. Just wait for stuff to randomly spawn, I guess. Okay, so as you can see, you just this game, right? And these things are like killing me. This is the kind of quality I cannot stand, right? No map markers, like a boss just randomly doesn't spawn. Like all these little things, they add up to like such a bad quality. And these things are not, it's just annoying. Like what's happening now? I just wait like for 16 seconds for this guy to break his goddamn shield. Oh, Druid isn't in early access, really? I thought it would be in early access. So it's either Druid or Monk not in early access then. Because the other ones should definitely be in. But yeah. But I guess there will be no Nightmare Dungeons hidden behind strongholds other than the bugged Oblivion. Yeah, well. Sad story. But I mean, this is a AAA game, right? It just shouldn't be like this. I know, like, you know, the industry has probably evolved a lot. But AAA games shouldn't have, like, these amount of bugs. And I guarantee you, PoE 2 is gonna launch with significantly less bugs than D4 has right now. I guarantee you. Search grave robbers. That's a grave robber. All your skills felt the same and nothing felt impactful. Sounds like Sorc in D4, man. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not for everyone, right? So, PoE 2 will not grab the casual audience. It's not their audience. But I think it will get, like, a lot of the dedicated players. Which is probably not... It will not hurt D4 in a bad way. I guess D4 will maybe lose, like, a couple of 100,000 players. Which sounds like a big deal, but honestly, they just keep making bad content and selling it to, like, casuals. And that's what they do. And that's what you see in the quality of this game. They just don't care. They just make a random content, so shareholders are happy. They make a random season, so shareholders are happy. You know, they're probably gonna get paid by Xbox Game Pass, so it's probably like an internal, you know, Microsoft to Blizzard calculation. Blizzard rents out D4 to the Game Pass and gets, like, income back on like the balance sheet or whatever. However it's gonna work. It's really just like a business thing. You just don't feel the love in the game. You don't feel developers' passion in this game anymore. So see, there's another one. Bastion of Face. Okay, so we have this one. What is this? Various worthless. Who the hell is gonna pronounce that? Yeah, exactly. Few weeks of fun every 3 to 4 months. That's what they should develop. They should just stop developing all the yeah. And I think I played Bastion already. Maybe it's not in the stronghold. Maybe it's like outside the stronghold because it doesn't really look. It looked like it was not in the stronghold. But yeah, I feel like they should just design good seasons so people can just go there for like 2 or 3 weeks and play, and that's it. Stop focusing on trying to, you know, make like any kind of deep end game. This is the game is not gonna have this. And shareholders don't care if there's deep end game. They just care about returning player numbers once every quarter. They just care about the amount of battle passes sold, and that's it. They don't really care if people are like playing the game for like 3 months straight. Completely irrelevant to them. Because nobody is gonna buy like these microtransactions. So really they just want to make like the battle pass. And that's probably gonna be it. Wait, where am I? Up inside. And I have my stash full of like awesome 4GA items, and I cannot even trade them away because, you know, the season is dead, there's no trading. And even if I would want to trade them away, what am I gonna get for it? Like, I don't need anything in this game anymore. Like, everything from a certain point is just pure min-maxing for like, you know, 1, 2, 3, whatever % damage. Like, very low damage percentages. And I feel like that's not worth my time, right? I want to be rewarded for the time I put into a game. And if the game does not reward me for the time I put in, I am just gonna lose interest. Yeah, dupe gold, exactly. So, and in Path of Exile you have this, you know, whenever you're grinding, right? You're gonna get rewarded. It doesn't freaking matter what you do. You're gonna get your currency, you can use your currency to advance your gear, and the journey of your gear is hundreds of hours before you start min-maxing. And you're gonna, you know, with the new Atlas, you're gonna find like a super boss once in a while, like an uber boss, then you go kill the uber boss. You might get something else, which is awesome. Much better system. In D4 you just grind for nothing. Since there's nothing dropping, like no crafting materials, no currency, so why was D2 so great? First of all, there was like uniques which were always the same, other than the stat roads, right? But you had the runes, so you would, even no matter how long you would freaking grind, in the end you would get something which would be the runes. You would get a high rune drop and you would freak out, right? No matter what you were farming, if you were whatever running Andariel because you think, you know, the chances for like a Stone of Jordan would be higher or whatever, you would still get reward in the runes. And if you didn't wanna, no, not Town Portal. And if you didn't wanna farm for specific items, you might as well just farm runes, right? And then you could trade them for gear and everything. And D4 just doesn't have this. Like, the only thing you trade is extremely inflated gold. And you know, you cannot even trade your items away. When a season starts and you trade your items for gold, the next day, the value of your gold is going to be cut in half. The inflation is so freaking bad because there's 15 million dupes in the game that you are not incentivized to exchange your items into currency. That's like so freaking horrible. Okay, this is the last stronghold here. So I swear I played Bastion of Face. Bastion. No, I didn't. So weird. Bastion of Face. It's on my list. Okay, so I for sure have a sigil of this, right? So I just unlocked the Bastion of Face, and I must have a sigil of it because otherwise it wouldn't have been on my list. So either it's not located in the stronghold but slightly outside the stronghold, or I could get the sigil. So, so really I think the only one was Oblivion, which I thought was bugged, and I'm pretty sure I can play it now because since I unlocked the stronghold. Oh god, investigate. What does that mean? I have to click random stuff on the ground, right? Oh, please. Lord, help me. What am I gonna freaking investigate? I don't even see the freaking corpse. They blend so perfectly into the environment. What? I clicked it. There are multiple ones? I hate these clicking objects. It's just so bad. It just feels like I don't know, like something I would do if I want to annoy someone. I would give him a game like that. Just click like random objects for absolutely no reason. Alright, so now we have all the strongholds. What? By the way, I want to disable damage numbers. Annoying. Right, so I think the only one I gained was really Oblivion. But I'm just gonna craft a buttload of sigils now. See, there's another one. Crumbling whatever. Never heard of it. But yeah, so now I have all the strongholds cleared. So let's craft some more sigils. So I must have... I favorited all ones I needed. I think this was a good one. Domain Tunnels was horrible. Blind Burrows. Faceless Shrine. Okay, so I can scrap all these. So I'm just gonna start scrapping all my sigils now. I mean, I should probably keep the very good ones here. Oh, Zarat's Lair. I didn't play that yet, right? Okay. Right, so this one won't. Okay, let's do this a little bit more organized now. Sort these by type. For Light's Watch I still have to run. Hoarfrost Demise I keep because it's good. Alright, so these I have, these I have. Played them. Forbidden City. Played them. Good one, by the way. Okay. Okay, these ones I all played. Nostrava Deepwood I played as well, right? Yes. So let's grab all them. And let's go for the next one. Okay, what do we have here? This one I still have to play. See, I have the Bastion of Faith, so I don't know if it's in the Stronghold, but it definitely dropped before. Leviathan's more. I played. So what do we have? Morgan's Works I played. Faceless Shrine. Faceless. I don't have it. See? Faceless Shrine. Okay, have these. Ancient Reservoir. Witchwater, Oblivion. Oblivion I have to play. Blind Burrows. Haunted Refugee. Played it. Reservoir. Okay, so this one I played as well. And then we just need Oblivion here. The other ones I all played.
Good business and fortune to you.
Okay, Abandoned Mine Works I played. This one I didn't play. I think Corrupted Grotto is one of the very good ones. Keep these. Wow, I got so many of these. Okay. These are all like S tier. God, why am I holding on to all that shit? Right, Collapsed Vault. I play Collapsed Vault. Okay, I played all of these.
Don't dally. Hand it over.
Scrap.
Another happy customer.
Alright, so go for these. So Pass of the Blind and Betrayer's Row. So here's Betrayer's Row and here's Pass of the Blind. So these I need. Pass of the Blind, Betrayer's Row. Sealed Archives. Don't remember that. So we have Sealed Archives. Have it. And Grinning Labyrinth I have as well. So Carrion Fields, I don't need any of these. Ancient Slowman I played. Okay, so these are all done. What about Comdor Temple? I think that was the worst one of all. No, it wasn't. But it was bad. Salvage keys, all keys. Alright, so now we just have these ones here. These ones here. I think Marina's Refugee was like one of the best dungeons. Okay. Yep, 28k. Definitely gonna keep those. Bowling Warren. Yeah, I'm almost freed. Okay. I don't have this. There it is. That was a bad one. So we have Holding Warren and then we have Garan Hold. I think I did that as well. Yep. Alright, so these are all trash. Sunken Runes. So I have one thing with Sunken Library and Sunken Runes. I might have I think Sunken Runes was Sunken Library, and I think Sunken Runes I still have to run. So Old Stones. Old Stones I also ran. Right, so let's go for the weird ones. Okay, these ones I have. Ruined Wild, Beast Graveyard. Ruined Wild, Beast Graveyard I have. Forgotten Remains, Hallowed Stones. Forgotten Remains, Hallowed Stones. Ruined Wild. I have all of these. Vile Hive. Have all of these, so let's scrap. Right, so now I can craft new ones. It's trash. Alright, so what is this? Ruined Wild. So these I have still to run. Deepless Hollow, Iron Xenopass. I did these probably. Yep. Crash them. Forge of Malice. Alright, even more trash. Another one. Okay, what do we have here? Sealed archives. What's with sealed archives? Have it. Wonderful.
Want work done? Let's get started.
Alright, so now let's make new ones.
What a superior product.
So let's see if there's anything we need. Bastion of Face. We need that. Bouldur's Cave. We keep that. Ancient Reservoir. So Farai Cliffs. We still need that one. Eating Grounds. Ancient Reservoir. Blind Burrows. I always think I have to do Blind Burrows, but I just cannot remember this goddamn list here. Definitely not. Nope, nope, nope. Inferno, I did. Calibel's Mine. Did that as well. So let's
Well, let's
get rid of all of them.
splendid result.
Seaside Descent. Of course I did it. Lost Keep, I did. Light's Watch I still need. This one I need. Oblivion I need. I guess we're close. Yeah, Marina's Refuge is one of the best ones I got. I think it's the second best one I have. Or the third best one. Not sure right now. But yeah, now I should have most of these, honestly. Sarat's Lair, I'm still missing, I think, some. What? Did I misspell this? Sarat. So from this one, I still have just one single. Alright, so then we have this one I'm still missing as well. Yep, I just have two. Bringers Row. I have one. This one I have two. So really, I haven't found the ones I want. That's like so annoying. House of the Blind, I have two still. Let's go another round. Okay, this one I have. Great. This one I have. This one I have two. And Light's Watch I have also 2. So I still need all these here. Sleepless Hollow, Seething Underpass? What was Seething Underpass? I don't have that. I have it. The cliffs. We have the cliffs. Farai Cliffs or whatever it was called. Oh, I already have that. God damn it. Alright. Bastion of Face. Did I have it? Yep. I wonder if these have like rarities. Pass of the Blind. Okay, I have Pass of the Blind now. Then I have Blind Burrows. Do we need Blind Burrows? No. Oblivion. I think I have enough of these now. Yup. Oblivion I don't have on my list. I removed it because I thought it was bugged. Okay, Pass of the Blind. Have. Next round. I wish you could just target, like, craft these. Anyway, I'm just gonna complete the list. I'm not gonna play anymore today. So... There's my spiral. 3 of these now. None of these I need. Wait, Heaven's Keep I need, right? No. No, I don't. How difficult can it be to get some stupid Nightmare Dungeon sigils? Oh, there's one. Haha. Delphi. All 3. I think I have 3 now. Yes. 1. This is done as well. There's another Sarat's Lair. I just got 2 now. Ah, nice. So Belfry was complete already. So we just need Light's Watch, Sarad's Lair, Betrayer's Row, and Putrid Aquifer or whatever.
If you want work done, let's get started.
No, I'm not looking to min-max. That's what I'm saying. I'm just looking for the last one so I can see. I would never do this in a real scenario, right? I just want to have them to see how good they are. But if you have a list and you have all the S tier ones, you basically just look at the list and, you know, just salvage everything which is not S tier. And that usually goes fairly fast. So there's Light Watch. Light's Watch. Okay, Light's Watch I have as well. Okay. Belfry. Putrid Aquifer. There's number 3. Okay, Betrayer's Row and Sarad's Lair. This. Okay, so all we need now is...
Let's have a look.
So now we got Sarad's Lair. Now we just need Betrayer's Row. You only have one freaking single one. Jesus Christ. Alright, alright. No problem. Who do I have to pay to get this stupid sigil? Really? I bet it's like one of the worst ones anyway. The Betrayer's Row here. Does that shit even exist?
Don't be a stranger. Come back soon.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna salvage all my dust here and not gonna get this stupid dungeon. seriously, what do I have to do to get this one stupid dungeon? I just want to be free. Wow. How difficult can it be? Yes. All right. One to go. One to go.
What a superior product. Don't dally. Hand it over.
This is like the most fun.
Splendid result.
Betrayer's roll. That's it, right? Yes. I got all of them.
If I cannot be in the wilderness, this will do.
Perfect. I did my job. So this is good. So now we got all the ones which are missing. Jesus. Yeah, but not today. This is for another day. But there's not many missing, right? This is just one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just gonna do these off stream and then we're gonna finish this and then we're gonna publish it. But yeah, it's 89 freaking Nightmare Dungeons. This is like, it has been like a horrible idea to do this, I have to say. But yeah, so far, Uldur's Cave, best one. Uldur's Cave, best one. Caldea Gate is decent. Sirocco Caverns is very good. Corrupted Grotto was good. Forsaken Quarry was good. Luban's Rest was actually pretty good. No, Marina's Refugee was pretty good. And Ancient Lament was okay. Yeah, this doesn't count. I have to redo this. Ruined Wild, by the way. Oh, I have to redo this one. Anyway, it doesn't matter so much. So yeah, there's definitely some good ones in here. So I would assume there's like 5 to 6 S tier dungeons or something like that. Yeah, the worst one, right? Here it is. Worst dungeon. Worst dungeon ever. 12k. Hordes of the Damned. But yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit to do, but you know, I'm just gonna make the video out of this, I guess. I'm just gonna do these off stream. And then I'm gonna compile the list and publish it. And you know, maybe it's gonna be useful for somebody this season, or maybe for somebody next season. We will see. I guess completing this will not be so hard with the next rotation. We're probably gonna have like an overlap of just a couple of dungeons. So yeah. I think maybe I will do it tomorrow. I don't know. I would see. For now, I think I will do. Next stream is just going to be on the PTR on Tuesday. I don't think I'm gonna do any stream before that. Maybe I'm gonna do some PoE 1 or something like that. But yeah, so thanks for watching and see you guys next time.